is February 27th, 1942, and the first blows have been dealt. A Japanese battle group consisting of one battleship and one heavy cruiser was picked up on Allied radar at Milne Bay. Aircraft in the area were scrambled for a strike against the IJN forces. 6 aircraft of the 12 launched were lost, but an IJN light cruiser was hit by 3 torpedoes, and in all the chaos, 2 of the destroyers crashed into each other, causing a lot of damage. While the battleship remains undamaged, its escort will be less effective in future strikes. Task Force 22 is quickly closing in on the Solomons and will have to act fast in order to stop the IJN's advancement. Meanwhile, Task Force 17 and Task Force 71 continue to try and crack the first of many Japanese strongholds at Wake Island. Hello, everybody. My name is Belisarius, and thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of our War on the Sea campaign. We are playing the Pacific Theater mod for War on the Sea as the Allied forces based out of Midway. Episode 1 went hit or miss, I think. We know that there's a battle group right under these planes who we are going to have RTB. I don't know what their intentions are just yet. We managed to strike a couple of their ships and slow them down a little bit. Will it be enough? I don't know. These guys are going to be really, really close. The Beauforts. And we've got some P-38s that should make it. They're probably going to hit Milne Bay if that's what they're doing before we get there, but we will try to stop them. As for our fleets, Task Force 22 is still inbound. It's going to take some time, though, before they get here and can make an impact, so we just have to hold on as long as we can until that point. Maybe we can really get some damage on the battleship with these 2 strikes and see if we can get this group to turn around and head back home. Task Force 17 has already done some bombardment and is heading back to base for resupply. 71, our convoy, is still chugging away towards Wake Island. I would like to have Task Force 17 bombard one more time before we land, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. We have to be quick, and unfortunately driving back and forth between Wake and Midway is just time consuming. So our forces in Manila already starting to dwindle pretty quick. Unfortunately, I think we just had to leave them. I don't know if we were gonna. I mean, we could get there in time to save some of these guys if we went right away, but again, as I explained in episode 1, we would have had to run the gauntlet to get over there and use so much resources that, in the process of doing that, of saving those guys and some of that supply, we could have lost our 3 holdouts here in Australia, which would not be good. So anyway, let's continue on. Task Force 22 has some cap. Let's see if we can track down this enemy battle group again. Let's get these Kitty Hawks up with these 500-pound bombs and just kind of check around up there. I want the P-38s. Check down here. We have to find them before these Beauforts get here. Okay, there they are. And they are going to be out of range, unfortunately. 149. I don't think they make it here. Let's just go tactical and see if we can hit these guys. So let's see. Actually, this might be a heavy cruiser. My reports may have been off. This could be a heavy cruiser. 2 up front. I think that is... Okay, so this is a heavy. This is a heavy cruiser that we've done damage to, not a light cruiser as I originally had thought. Alright, the Kitty Hawks, I mean, the 500-pound bomb is pretty large, but I don't know how much is really, I don't want to lose I don't want to lose these planes, so I don't know if it's worth trying to go down and kind of do a low altitude level bombing, or if we try to manually skip bomb these. Let's drop to like 1,000. Let's get out of flak range really fast. I think these guys are gonna go for the battleship. We're gonna go all in on number 7 here. She's slow, probably has the least amount of coverage. We're just gonna try and get one target out of the way before we start focusing on others. I think that's the best way to do it. P-38s, bombs away. We got a hit. We'll bounce. Just one hit. Not enough to start a fire. And another hit. Again, not quite enough to start a fire, so I guess that's what we get for having fighter aircraft. I mean, these guys could do a lot of work with their cannons, but let's just get them out of here. We're just gonna go ahead and get out of here. Heavy damage, heavy flooding. It's not looking good. Heavy damage and flooding on one of the destroyers. Heavy damage, minor flooding on the other. I guess the battleship did take minor damage. I don't know what that's from. All of them are actually damaged in some way. Alright, so now we know they are about there. We don't really have much currently, which is unfortunate. Could get this bow fighter up. One torpedo. See if we can track them. Hopefully we can pick them back up again. The good thing is we've turned them away. That's the important part. They have been turned away. They're heading back to Raval. And or maybe truck. We need some replenishment here. We need to get our Beauforts and bow fighters back up, which we should have just enough oil and engineering to do so. All right. We have an encounter. Task Force 17 loads to Wake Island. Task Force 71 will start moving in on Wake Island exactly at around, it takes them 18 hours to get there. I was going to say at midnight, but that's when they would arrive. So we probably need to do it at like 2 in the morning, give them 2 hours so that way they cross here hopefully around. Either way, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. Renown, what we got, it is dark. We have not very good sonar. I'm going to go ahead, we're going to have Nestor brake and slow to 5 knots. See if we can hear a little better. See if we can spot the torpedo wakes. That is what I am most worried about. Doesn't look good. Oh. And Executor has been hit. Slow down to 20. We know the torpedoes are this way somewhere. I still can't even see like torpedo wakes. Is there one more? It is so dark. Wow, and Renown just got hit. Oh my goodness, 3 torpedoes. Wow, and she's already going down. Three torpedoes into Renown. Fires and flooding. Birmingham should be clear. I believe Exeter is our heavy cruiser, so that is not good at all. We have picked up the Japanese submarine. We're at least going to get this sub back. Wow. What a strike from this Japanese sub. My goodness. Fires are being put out aboard the Renown. Oh, I just cannot believe. As soon as Nestor gets out of the way, we're going to get Renown moving. Okay, Napier is right on top. Roll some depth charges. Let's see if we can knock this guy out, get him to surface. We'll sink him to the bottom here. The depth charges with the sound of the ship creaking in the background as she sinks to the bottom. This game just sounds so nice. Let's see if we can get a good hit here. Having some trouble here with these non-US destroyers. They drop these depth charges so slow. I'm trying to just roll them, but I'm trying to line them up and roll them out all at the same time, and I can't drop more than one at a time. The US destroyers, they'll drop 3 at once, 1 straight back and 2 off to each side. Usually get some pretty good hits that way, but seems like we're just dropping them straight down, missing. Sonar keeps going off. Nestor's closing in. We can't finish the drop here. Might have to roll over with Nestor, see if we can get it that way. Alright, Renown, max speed, get out of here. Have we done damage? We've done some. She's coming up. All of us got our searchlights on here, trying to see when she reaches the surface. Main guns will open fire. It's still so dark though, you can't see anything. There she is. She's turning that gun to fire. There we go. Man, oh man. What a big blow, though. Exeter, our heavy cruiser. 8,300 tons down at the bottom. Wow, what a strike. I cannot believe that. Yeah, our York class heavy cruiser. 3 torpedoes down like it was nothing. And the Japanese heavy cruisers eat 3 torpedoes for breakfast. Hello, this is Editing Belisarius real quick. Just something I wanted to point out, as the history nerd in me cannot leave this be. But as I was doing research on some of these ships that we're using in this game, I stumbled across an interesting fact, and that's that HMS Exeter actually sunk on March 1st, 1942, which is the same day that we are in game, which I just thought was interesting. So, fellow history nerds, hit me with interesting facts like that in the comments. Thanks. Well, I guess Renown will have to go and do the bombardment on her lonesome. And as far as ships go, the Japanese strike first. We've done damage to some of their ships, but we have not sunk one. Go ahead and just hit them good. And Task Force 17. Get out of there. And better yet, it does not matter what time we get there. Wake has no Air Force. Task Force 17 hit by another. Oh, this is not good. This time we're going to be a little more preventative. We need to get turning. We're just going to try and change course. Get the sonars on. Get the destroyers to slow down. Go about 18 knots. We're going to change course. We're just going to be avoiding. I can't believe it's so dark. That's one thing definitely different with the mod base game. There they are. There's the torpedoes. I don't know where the rest of them are, but we somehow managed to avoid disaster there. Birmingham and Renown just need to go top speed, get out of here. Yep, there's the torpedo wake. Alright, so off this way. So pretty much dead ahead, maybe slightly to the left. We're gonna go that way. Nestor, also need you to get moving this way as well. Try and track this sub down while our two big fellas get out of here. Alright, and we are going to go ahead and begin slowing down. See if we can pick anything up on the sonars. Nestor, change course, comes starboard. Picked you up. Nestor picked up the contact. Alright, Nestor. I'm going to slow you down. You're going to be our spotter. Looks like we are about to be right above the contact here. We're going to go ahead and prepare to roll about 3 depth charges, probably more. We're going to need them, I'm sure. Nestor is maintaining contact for us. Napier, go ahead and slow down about 5 knots. Got to get right on top of them. And let's go ahead and start rolling the depth charges. And depth charges away. Should have gotten a couple hits. Looks like it. Go ahead, we're gonna roll 1 more charge. Looks like I'll drop right on the nose. And Napier, maintain speed at 5 knots. Another depth charge in. And the screws on the sub have stopped turning. No emergency ballast yet. And she is going down to the bottom of the ocean. Good kill. 2 kills for our destroyers here. Unfortunately, it did cost us a heavy cruiser. And Renown is still damaged. They are rushing back to base. Renown might have to stop off and make repairs. We will come to that decision later. We're gonna hope to run into that IJN task force down here. I would love to get some Dauntlesses on them, on that battleship. That would be great. Milne Bay is also replenishing. We have our bow fighters back up, and the Beaufort Mark 1s are almost fully replenished. They're up back to 2. Port Moresby, the fight continues, and we're good with aircraft there. I think that's where we're going to leave things for episode 2. Stuff is happening. Sub attacks back to back. Renown, what will we do with her? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think repairs are necessary, or should we let her continue sailing because we need her? Keep in mind, day 7, we will receive 40 command points. Not enough for a battleship, but heavy cruiser or 2 is what we could get to replace her and Exeter while she is repairing. So we have options. What should our next target be after Wake? I'm thinking the Solomons. We go full in on Santa Cruz and Guadalcanal. Take these 2 so we have a safe passage through here. Maybe pick up Tarawa as well, just to give us an airbase out here to protect our supply lines. And then we go full in on the Solomons. That could be the plan moving forward. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Belisarius, and if you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're interested in watching some more. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in episode 3.